Hey YouTube, it's Jen, and this is my 3-week post-op band to sleeve update. Start with the stats. 262 pounds 6 years ago, got the lap band, lost 90, gained back 30, had the band removed at 205 pounds, and that was in August of 2018, and then I got sleeved on December 18th, 2018 at a starting weight of 209.4 pounds. Last week, week 2, I was 198.6, and this week I'm 197.6 for a 1 pound loss. So there you have it, 11.8 pounds lost since surgery in 3 weeks, and I'm happy with that. I know lots of people lose more weight. This is my second weight loss surgery, and I'm already starting at a lower weight, so I'm fine with it. I started purees today. I browned some low-fat beef, put in some spaghetti sauce and some ricotta cheese, pureed that with the hand blender, and had 4 ounces of that today. That was delicious. It was nice to change up from the potato soup. So I had that, and that was very filling. I had no issues at all with the beef. And again, it was completely, there was no chewing, it was completely pureed, but still. So that is that. I have 2 more weeks until I can start soft/regular foods. So I'm really can't wait to see what kind of difference it makes to eat actual food and chew. I'm eating either every hour and a half, I'm either having a shake or eating a soup or a pureed thing. And when I'm not eating and waiting a half hour, I'm drinking my water. So I'm getting my 75 ounces of water in. And I have until the 17th, I can finally start exercising again, which will make it easier from a not having to worry about counting the water standpoint, because I know just from my one exercise class, that's 50 ounces of water right there. So I'll stop having to sit here and make sure, am I on my 3rd bottle or am I on my 2nd bottle? So I'm looking forward to that. Let's see what else. Last time I came to you, I told you that I had checked out Overeaters Anonymous, and they were a little to leave it up to God. But I found a support group for people with eating disorders, and an eating disorder is not just bulimia or anorexia. It's anybody that has a problematic relationship with food. So no, I don't. Clearly, I'm not anorexic, nor have I ever been. I'm not bulimic, but I do have a need to fix my relationship with food. So I found that support group. It is free. It meets once a week on Thursdays. I'm very excited about that. So I went last Thursday night. And now that's on my calendar for Thursdays. My insurance changed this year, and so I changed the counselor I was seeing, because now that she's out of pocket, and she's way too expensive out of pocket. And I just kind of needed a change. I need somebody who's really can help me deal with my food issues differently. My old therapist, she's just like, you come in the room and she doesn't talk until you talk, and then I feel all stressed to talk about something, and it's like, that's not helping me. So I found a therapist that specializes not only in eating disorders / food addictions or whatever, but she also went on Psychology Today to find somebody. And it said that she also is familiar with bariatric stuff, so that would be nice to have somebody who understands, because I felt like with my last therapist, I had to keep re-explaining what the lap band was, and it's like, I saw her for 2 years, and I was still explaining 2 years later what the lap band is. It's like, so I need somebody, and I'm excited to have somebody that understands bariatric surgery, assuming that that info is correct. And so my first appointment with her is not this Thursday, but next Thursday. So I will try her out. Hopefully she's a good fit. She's on my insurance. And so I will try that, because as I've said before, one of my main goals right now is to fix my relationship with food. So I'm working towards that. And I guess that's it. There's really not much to say. I mean, I'm only in week 3. And I kind of feel like until I get to regular foods, like, I don't really know what the weight loss is going to look like, what my feelings, does it feel, is this easy, is it not easy? I mean, obviously I've eaten potato soup for 3 weeks and I'm kind of bored of that, and I'm ready to have variety. So that's all I have. It's just a short video. I just, my goal right now is to try to lose a pound a week, and that would be fantastic. So I'm going to work hard to do that. The other thing I'm doing, okay, I am also tracking. Now, considering that during this 5 weeks post-op, I'm so limited in what I can eat, and I know the calories are not huge, but I'm not so tracking, like, I'm not tracking the calories and the macros, because I know I'm eating 3 to 4 shakes a day, so I'm getting between 60 and 80 grams of protein every day, because I'm doing the lean body caramel shakes. I'm just sick of Premier Protein for just a little bit. So I know that I'm getting my protein in, I know I'm getting my water, and I know I'm getting my vitamins in. And so I'm using an app to just write down what I'm eating. So I'm not so stressed about, oh, I had 162 calories, when right now I'm not eating enough to have calories to worry about. But I just want to be in the practice of writing down what I'm eating. And I think that is what I'm going to do until I actually get to have real food, and then I plan to actually start using like MyFitnessPal so I can track things. It's just right now every day is the same thing, so there's really no point in worrying about the macros because they're all the same. I'm doing this because when I eat something, I write it down and I timestamp it so that I can see, like, yeah, okay, I am, like, a shake does last me an hour and a half, or this. So I'm trying to see patterns in how long food makes me feel satisfied and stuff. So right now for the first post-op 5 weeks, that's what it's going to be based on, is gathering information. And then once I start regular food, I will start using MyFitnessPal. So yeah, I know that was one of the things that caused me not to do so well with the band was I didn't stay tracking. And I had a while where I didn't have to track because I was in the mindset where Monday through Saturday afternoon, I was on plan. Saturday for dinner, we'd go out to dinner and whatever, and then, so Sunday through Saturday afternoon, I'd be on plan, and then, like, I'd have dinner Saturday night and, just be sensible. And that worked until early 2016, about April, where I went on a trip to Europe, gained weight, and then went on a trip to Dubai, like, within a few weeks later, and so I never got off the Europe weight before I went to Dubai, and so that was the beginning of the fall. So, I know now, sometimes you listen to people and they're like, oh, I've regained 3 pounds, and, I used to roll my eyes at them, but now I understand. 3 pounds may not seem huge, but 3 pounds can easily turn to 5, which can turn to 10, which can turn to 20. So I understand now. And up until that Europe trip, I would be very mindful of my weight. And when I gained a little bit one week, I would rein it in to make sure whatever I gained went back down the next week, so I maintained that balance. And so that's very important. And part of that is tracking the macros and the calories until I really get into a good rhythm. Whether or not I'm going to track everything forever, I don't know. And when I say everything, I mean the calories and the macros. I think that writing things down is very beneficial because it forces you to think about things. But one of the problems with tracking for me was, let's say I went to a friend's house and she made lasagna for dinner, and I had some lasagna, which I know shouldn't be having pasta, but just for the example. And I wouldn't know exactly how many calories and macro, protein and whatever was in there. That would stress me out because you go to MyFitnessPal and it gives you 400 different choices for lasagna. So I may later on go back to what I'm doing now, which is just tracking what I'm eating and not necessarily the calorie or macro content of what I'm eating, but just to be cognizant of what I'm putting in my mouth without stressing out, was it 420 calories or was it 362 so that's just something for me that made tracking hard, because I'm a perfectionist. If I couldn't know exactly how many calories it was, then what was the point in writing it down? So that's where I'm at. And as you can see, there's Mia, who is basically begging me for food, and I'm trying to explain to her that mommy is on a diet, so she should be on a diet with me, but she is not really into that. So that is it until next week. I hope you all are big losers, kick some fat's asses, and I love your face. All of your faces. Yeah, Brad's not here again. I've been doing these updates. I was doing them on Thursdays when I work from home. Tonight I'm just doing it when I'm home from work and Brad's not here. He is doing, though, this weekend, this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the Disney 5K, 10K, and half marathon. So 5K Thursday, 10K Friday, half marathon on Saturday. And he did like a practice 5, 10, and half last weekend. So like he's ready. I'm very excited for him. My husband will do any kind of race if there's a medal. So he's very excited. He's doing it with a coworker who runs all the races everywhere. And so that is what he's doing this weekend. And so I'm very proud of him. This is his second half marathon. So yay, Brad. But that is it. So I will see you next week. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. Talk to you later. Bye.